Greetings, comrades. This is Mark Stoys, and today I have a E3 analysis video from Nintendo's Nintendo Direct about the new games coming up that they released today, this morning, for E3. It is about 8:40, and it's about, well, I watched this about like an hour ago. It's a really good video. I'll put a link in the description for you guys. Really check it out, all 40 minutes of it. It's really good, and there's a lot of exciting stuff. I'm only going to cover a few of the games that really appeal to me, and probably most of the common casual gamer. By no means am I just like a casual gamer, but these are the games that obviously stuck out the most to me, which includes Smash Brothers. And my assumption is that everyone and their mother is going to be making this kind of video and analyzing it, but here are my takes and opinions on what was shown, the quality of the footage, blah blah blah, gameplay mechanics that appear, that kind of thing. First of all, I'm going to start off by saying that I'm going to go in chronological order, but I want to first start off by saying I'm not going to talk about any of the third-party games that they showed off. However, I'm really excited for Sonic Lost Worlds just because it's another 3DS game I can have. I don't have a Wii U yet, but after today I kind of want one, so looks like there's a lot of good games coming out on that. So hopefully that can sell the Wii U better, because there's going to be a great library of games that are going to be released in the next couple of years, I think. So we all have that to look forward to, and I'm hoping that it can boost the sale of what am I trying to say? I hope it can boost the sale of the console itself, because I know that the console's struggling right now. So I'm not really going to go into in-depth detail though about all the third-party games, although I can say that I am very excited for Sonic Lost Worlds. It looks really good. I also want to say I'm not going to really talk about the Donkey Kong game, the Donkey Kong Country game that's going to come out. It looks pretty good, but I don't want to talk too much about that because I'm not too familiar with that series, and I want to get into it. I want to get the Donkey Kong Country Returns on the 3DS, but I can't say that I'm too familiar with the series. So I don't want to like pretend like I know everything about it and talk about it. Hold on, the lighting's a little bit off. There we go, it's a little bit better. So anyways, I'm gonna go up to the top of my notes and talk about Pokemon X and Y. And I didn't write much here. We already saw a trailer back in December and on Christmas, and all I can say is it looks really good. At least the graphics look really good. I really like it. Kind of looks like it's really cool. Like it's 3D, and I don't know. I think technically I might be wrong here, but it reminds me a lot of Wind Waker and the cell shading. It looks really nice. Like, you guys should check out the trailer for it. It looks really good in my opinion, graphically. It looks kind of cool because you can you can now go in different directions. It's a dumb little thing, but you can go diagonally, which is kind of cool, because before you were only restricted to the directions of the D-pad. But also, I just want to point out, looking at the gameplay, a lot of rumors that kind of were started that I watched that were pretty cool. It looks like the customizing your character thing. I don't think that's going to be in there from what I saw in the trailer. I may have missed something, but I didn't really see anything. So anyway, I'm going to go into my notes. Probably the biggest thing that I have to say here is the fairy type. It's the new type that they have for the Pokemon. It's what my opinion on that is, I don't know. I think that's kind of weird, and I think they're gonna blend it in pretty nicely, because I'm sure when Dark type was released, people were like, "What? That sounds really dumb. Isn't that the same as Ghost type?" But Fairy just kind of sounds like a little bit weird to me. Like, it just kind of sounds dumb in my opinion. But I'm probably gonna get proven wrong, and it's probably gonna be really cool. It's gonna be super effective to Dragon type, which is kind of cool because Dragon type's like pretty. As much as I love Dragon type Pokemon, I think it's a little bit OP. I think it's a little bit unfair. If you have Dragon type Pokemon, you're probably gonna win most of your battles. Although, unless you're fighting against like an Ice type or whatever, obviously. But most of the time, I think Dragon type Pokemon are a little bit overpowered. But so that might be a good way to balance it out a little bit more. I think just what it sounds like, I don't really understand what a fairy type would be or what kind of moves that would be. Um, what I got reminded of, because it showed some Pokemon that were fairy type. It showed Jigglypuff and Gardevoir. Those are the ones at least that I know. And then it showed Sylveon, I think. I'm not familiar with that one. I haven't played the Generation 5 games yet. Don't hate me for that. But Gardevoir was a fairy type, and that kind of struck me. I was like, whoa, that's weird. I don't think Gallade's going to be fairy type, though. So it reminded me a lot of Psychic type, in my opinion. I think it's obviously different. It's like Grass and Bug. They're two separate types, but they're kind of alike. But that's my opinion on that. I don't really have much to say. It just kind of sounds weird and kind of dumb, but I'm probably going to be proven wrong, and it's probably going to be cool. That's not going to stop me from buying the game. I'm really excited for this game. And I think I may have said or spelled this wrong, but I'm just going off of what I heard in the trailer, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. But it said something like, I think it's called Pokemon Ami, where you bond with your Pokemon, and it showed showed a 3DS, and it like showed the stylus, and it was like petting your Pokemon, and it was like petting a Pikachu and petting Lucario, which is kind of funny. I wouldn't pet a Lucario because it could probably beat the shit out of me, but sorry. That looks kind of cool. I could see how that could appeal to like younger audiences, and older ones too. Don't get me wrong. But I think the aspect of actually really bonding with your Pokemon is a huge part of the series, and definitely part of the TV show. Like you see the friendship between Ash and Pikachu, and you really desire that in the games. And while it's there because you level them up and you feel like you're attached to them, I think that this will really help with you actually feel like you're connecting to your Pokemon. And I think that'll appeal to a lot of people, and I think that'll bring a lot of people into the series too. And this is my guess, I think that it's gonna speed up the friendship evolutions, like with Golbat into Crobat and that kind of thing. Those were always kind of hard for me. I mean, they're not that hard, you have to give them certain items and then like heal them all the time and all that stuff. But I think that potentially, I don't know, I could be wrong here, but I think it might help with boosting the friendship between you and your Pokemon, so it might help those evolutions that I find pretty frustrating sometimes. And I'm probably going to get Y just because I think the Legendary in Y looks cooler. I think the deer one from X looks kind of weird, but I don't know, it might be really cool. I just like the one from Y though better. I think it looks cooler. Next I want to talk about Super Mario 3D World. Not much to say here for me also. I have Super Mario 3D Land on my 3DS, and that's a really good game. So I think it'll be a really good game. It looks a lot like 3D Land though, except of course since it's on the Wii U with HD graphics, so it looks pretty good graphically. But it looks really promising, even though it looks a lot like, I mean, it's obviously a sequel to Super Mario 3D Land, but I don't know, it looked a lot like 3D Land, so I'm hoping that they have different stages and new mechanics and that kind of stuff. This is what I liked, that I'm guessing a lot of people will like. They added a lot of new characters, so it adds like variety and like just the way you play, because Peach, it reminded me of the Mario 2 on the NES, which is a really old title, but because Mario is standard. You guys all know Mario in platforming games. He's always the same. Luigi is like Mario, but he can like run and jump higher, I think. And then Peach can float, and then Toad like can run the fastest. So that's kind of cool. It can add a new kind of aspect to the game, which I think will be kind of fun. And then there's a new power up that's a cat. I like cats, so I think that's kind of cool. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of people are going to hate on it and make fun of it, but if they added a squirrel in New Super Mario Bros. U, I feel like they can add a cat. I mean, it looks kind of cool. And that's my honest opinion. So that's all I have to say for that game. I didn't really have to say much on that. Next is one that I wrote a lot on. It's Mario Kart 8. The title, I guess, looks not the title itself, but like the way they made the title, it looks, they kind of made it like a figure 8 kind of track looking thing. Clever. I don't like the name though. to be honest. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed with the name of Mario Kart 7. I think it kind of, like, I don't know how to say it. I think it will kind of like make people kind of think that it's just like a mediocre thing. Because I knew a lot of people who were like, Mario Kart 7, that sounds like really lame. Like, you know, just because of the name, like, it sounds like there's nothing special about it when really it was like one of the best Mario Kart games in my opinion. So I think the name they might want to change just because I think a lot of people are going to underestimate how good it is because of the name, which sounds kind of weird, but I knew a lot of people who were like, yeah, I had kind of low expectations for Mario Kart 7 just because of the name. You know, it sounded like there was nothing new about it when really there was a lot of stuff that was new. Although then again, I don't know. Mario Kart U is kind of the same thing though. I mean, it's kind of like on the N64 how everything had 64 at the end of the name. So I don't know. The graphics look really good. Like, they look really good in my opinion. Looks HD, looks really good. I think that game's going to look really good on the Wii U. The bikes return, which is really nice. I kind of missed them in Mario Kart 7. I know that on the 3DS it's more limited because it's obviously a handheld as opposed to a home console. But I'm glad that the bikes return in that. I think that's really cool. Toadette and Waluigi return. They were absent in Mario Kart 7, so it's cool that they come back. I don't really like Waluigi as a character. Don't hate on me for that. I don't know. I don't really like him that much as a character. But I do feel like he's always been in Mario Kart, at least since Double Dash, so I felt like it was weird that he wasn't in Mario Kart 7, and that the Queen Honeybee was. I thought that was really weird. Not saying that I don't like her as a character. I think it's kind of cool that they put her in, but I was just surprised that he didn't make it in and she did. There's some reappearances of Mario Kart 7 courses, such as Piranha Plant Slide and Music Park. I'm not a fan of Piranha Plant Slide just because I'm really bad at it. I mean, I can win races in it, but, you know, I mean, it's a little bit frustrating sometimes. So, I mean, that's cool. They put in Music Park, though, which is one of my favorite stages. I think it's a really cool stage. And I thought I saw Dry Dry Desert from Mario Kart Double Dash, so that might be cool if they put that in, because that's a really fun stage. So it looks like there's going to be reappearances of older stages, which is always, in my opinion, really cool. The gliders are back, so my assumption is that those, like, when you go underwater, like the little fan things, the propellers that, you know, make you go underwater, I think those are going to return too, but the gliders are definitely back, so that's kind of cool. There's these new hover wheel kind of things. I don't know how to say it, but basically your tires, you know, they're like vertical, and they're, you know, I'm going to use this as an example, as a disc. So, like, let's say this is your tire and it's spinning. What happens is the track, it's really cool. I think this was a really good addition too. I don't know why it took them so long, but the track does loops, it does corkscrews, it goes upside down, it does all this stuff. It reminded me of F-Zero, except obviously not as fast paced, but it has all these weird inversions and stuff like that. It's really crazy, so it looks really cool. But anyways, imagine this is your tire. When you're going upside down, what it does is it like turns like that and then becomes like a hover kind of thing, so it looks kind of cool. And unfortunately, this is what I didn't like about Mario Kart 7. This is a mechanic I did not like, but coins are also returning, like the in-track coins kind of thing that you have to collect to unlock car parts and all that stuff. My assumption is that there's going to be car parts because it seemed like that got a lot of good feedback and a lot of people liked that, so my assumption is that they brought that back. But there are coins, and I really don't like that. I really liked earning stuff by Grand Prix and stuff. I thought that worked way better. I don't really like the coins at all because it really makes it tedious to collect, to replay Grand Prix a bunch of times, or like, I mean, playing online is fun, but just worrying about getting coins is kind of annoying. And I guess it adds a new mechanic where you have to be like always alert on like where to go to get that stuff. I don't know. I don't really like getting coins though. But I think that's kind of a gimmick for them to like add a lot more playing time to it so you can unlock everything. It takes a lot longer to unlock everything. So I think they're just trying to get more playing time out of their game, which I don't really like. I really just want them to get rid of coins. I don't like that. And the last game, the game that everyone wants to hear about, Smash Bros. I'm gonna play the trailer and talk over it to say my notes. But anyways, yeah, so here we go, Smash Brothers. See you there.
Alright, you guys, here's the Smash Brothers section of the E3 video. Sorry about the whole Bandicam logo thing there. That's what I used to record the trailer, and sorry for the lag also. So it starts off with the Animal Crossing thing. The villager is a new character in it. I kind of like the intro, it's pretty clever. I haven't played Animal Crossing, I know that makes me a bad fanboy, but I don't know if he was a fan-pushed character or not. I don't know if the fans wanted him. But I think a lot of people will be happy with that because I know a lot of people who really love the Animal Crossing series. Here you see all, mostly except for Kid Icarus, a lot of original, like since the N64 Smash Brothers characters. And here's a 3DS version. Here's Mario. I gotta say, I really love the graphic designing here. It's you can see that their outlines are very exaggerated. I mean, the tracing. Spirit Tracks. It's a nice course or stage. Same with the new Super Mario Brothers stage. But I like how it looks very cartoonish. It has a really unique style to it. I think it looks kind of nice. And here we have the Wii U version. This one is more realistic looking, more HD, obviously because it's a home console that has better graphic capabilities. But this one looks pretty good too. I like the 3DS art style better just because it's kind of unique. But this does look really good as well. Here we can see that Samus is using her Final Smash, so we can definitely say that the Final Smashes are back. And she has the same one. And here we can see there's a new stage that is kind of like a wrestling ring kind of thing. My assumption is that this is going to be like a Battlefield stage or a Final Destination stage, something like that. And back there you saw like the balloon guy. I think he might be a character, the retro character, instead of the Ice Climbers. I don't know for sure though. That's what a lot of people were saying though. But I don't know for sure. And it comes out in 2014, I guess, because they've postponed the Brawl one quite a few times, and then it finally came out in 2008. So we have the new challenger. This is my favorite part of the trailer. I actually got goosebumps when I saw this because I'd been wanting him as a character for so long, and you guys know who it is. It's Mega Man. I'm really glad he joined Brawl my bad. I'm really glad he joined Super Smash Brothers because he's one of my favorite video game characters. I've always felt like he deserved a place in here, and I like his jump. It's a lot like the NES jump. It's very funny. But I was a little bit worried he was a Samus clone because as you saw, he had a charge blaster and he could also fire his blaster. I mean, kind of like Samus. But at the same time, here it kind of proves me wrong because he has a ton of different abilities, like this kind of I can't talk today, I'm sorry. That kind of like razor blade kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. He has a ton of different abilities. I'm really glad he was put in because I know that they said there were going to be a couple of Namco Bandai characters in the new Smash Brothers, and I was really hoping that he'd be in here, so I'm glad he is. Although I think a lot of fans knew that he was going to appear in the game. I think a lot of people knew that he was eventually going to have a place in Smash Brothers. Just feels like a game he belongs in. I really liked him in Marvel vs. Capcom. But I do know that a lot of the videos I watched wanted Ridley from Metroid as a character. I honestly am going to say that I don't think he's going to be a character just because of the size issue. I know that a lot of people have been making the point that Bowser's in here. So they might put him in because, you know, they need another Metroid character. They only have one in here. Or I guess two if you count Zero Suit Samus, but it's still really the same person, so I don't know. And then also Gino from Mario RPG. That's another fan favorite that I didn't see in here, although I think that's kind of obscure and I don't know if he's actually going to be in the game. He might be though. You never know. So I have a few kind of theories, not really theories, but more of observations. So the first one I noticed is that, of course, they only really showed the characters from the original, or that have been veterans of the series, like basically all the ones from the N64 game through Melee, through Brawl, and now into this one. I think that's because my theory on this is because the game, I think, is still under either early to mid development. So I don't think they actually have all the characters figured out yet. And Namco / Bandai, they wanted to work on making the characters even and not broken or overpowered. So I think they might still be working on a lot of characters right now. I'd expect to see at least 50 characters total because Brawl had like 30, actually probably more like 45 or 45 to 50, just because Brawl had like 35, I think. So yeah, I think they're still working on a lot of characters though, and I'm definitely gonna say that Mega Man and the villager from Animal Crossing aren't the only newcomers. I'm just gonna say that I'm thinking that there's a lot more characters in store that they just don't have completely finished yet. As you only saw really the only main characters in that trailer, which makes me think that this game might be released later than 2014, but we can hopefully see this release sometime early next year because I'm really excited for this. But the trailer definitely shows more footage of gameplay than the Brawl trailer did because that was more cinematic. This one has a lot of cinematic in it, but definitely some gameplay in here. So that's kind of nice, but I think it still leaves a lot of questions unanswered for the fans, and a lot of character predictions still waiting to happen. And I mean, I think that's going to be cool. I mean, it's definitely going to get us hyped for the game the more we talk about it, and it's definitely going to promote the game. And I think that if this game is really as good as it looks, I think that it's going to really help the sales of the Wii U, and that would be great because I know that they're kind of struggling right now on that console, so I think that it's going to really help boost the sales of the Wii U. I would definitely buy a Wii U just for this game. But yeah, it looks really amazing, and I really loved this E3 video, and it really is great to see that we're having some great games coming. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and so long.